All right, y'all. Today is Friday, April 10th, 2026, and I'm back bringing y'all another trade recap. And today, as you'll see by the title, yeah, I took a loss today. It was an eval trade, so I mean, I'm not too mad about it, and I only lost like 700, so I'm not really too mad about it. But there are some things, like always, I can always learn from this and tweak some things. Yeah, man. I overall had a good trading week. Still end of the week green. I'm up on these evals I just bought earlier this week. I'm still up on them, so I'm still green. I'm not mad at it. Even the trade today I took, I'm not too mad at it, but there's some things that can learn from it and that can change, right? Um, yeah, guys. I mean, I've been on a crazy heater, as y'all seen in my past couple trade recaps, even my last video. I mentioned that I'm on an absolute heater, so I know that losses are coming. Losses are inevitable. Nobody has a 100% win rate. Um, but me knowing that I could be better and just trying to get better every day, even though I took a loss, I can still learn from it. That's my whole objective, and that's what I'm trying to do. So that's what I'm gonna do from this video. I took a loss. Of course, I'm a little upset about it going to the weekend. Nobody likes losing on a Friday, right? Nobody likes losing on a Friday. So of course, it stings a little bit, but I'm not gonna get too mad. I'm not gonna dwell all over it. I'm not gonna let it ruin my weekend. I'm not gonna let it do none of that, right? I'm just gonna reflect, see what I can do, see what I can learn, and then push from there. So, with all that being said, let's just go ahead and get into the video. Oh, and before we get into the video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and make sure y'all go follow me on TikTok at Tone Trades. Like I said, I always do be active on there. I be posting multiple times a day. So if y'all want to see more of my content, go to my TikTok at Tone Trades. Okay, now let's go into the actual trade recap. Okay, so as you'll see from right here, just from my entry and stuff, it's choppy, right? It was a choppy day. This could have been avoided, but I'll go ahead and get into that. So first, boom, let's go ahead and go to the daily chart. So as I see here, we're overextended like crazy, right? I do want to see a retracement into this daily gap right here, which is why I was bearish today, right? Today I was only bearish bias. I was only looking for shorts simply because we are so overextended, y'all, from Trump's move that he announced on Tuesday. We've been overextended and we keep pushing up. Even yesterday we did I caught on a short. After we got out, we literally pumped again. We rallied again. So like, I know we're gonna be due for retracement. I've seen this play so many times to where, in my past 4 years experience, where we overextend like this, and there's no way we're gonna keep going up unless we come and rebalance the range. Maybe I was like a day early. Maybe next week that's when the move down is gonna happen. I'm not too sure, but I know every time we have a crazy move like this and we overextend to either side, say down or up, we always have to rebalance the range. So that's what I was coming in with today, like knowing that okay, we have to rebalance the range. I only want to look for shorts, right? And this is another good target, this unfilled daily, and I actually had it marked out, as you'll see, unfilled daily, and it also aligned with previous day low, which is a good draw on liquidity as well. So then boom, go down to the 4-hour. As y'all see, on the 4-hour, we have this little small 4-hour as well that's unfilled, which I want to see get filled. We still have this big move, go down to the hourly, same thing, hourly. We have this, was it an unfilled 4-hour? I don't know what this one is. Unfilled 4-hour, is this 4-hour? Yeah, unfilled 4-hour. Then we also do have London low as well right here, right? So everything's just pointing to me that we could look for shorts today, that I'm only gonna look for shorts, that I do think that this is gonna be the rebalance day, right? But NQ had other options. So now we go down to 15-minute, right? At the time, this 15-minute was unfilled as well. Okay. This 15-minute was unfilled as well. Unfilled. So I wanted to see shorts, and that was gonna be my break-even spot, was this 15-minute, okay? So then boom, let's go ahead and go down to where I actually took my trade. And also, we did have CPI today, so we did have news. We did have data highs up here. So that was a little bit concerning to me, and I even said too, which is what I want to learn in this video. I want to tell y'all what I can take from this loss. I want to see us sweep out data highs first, so there's no reason why we should go up higher and then make the move. Now, did I go through with that? No, and I'm gonna show y'all why. Because a good setup performed itself, and it was an okay setup. It was just a clean inversion with good displacement. But I mean, I should have been more patient. I should have just waited for data highs to get swept and then wait for the move. Because honestly, if I would have waited for data highs today, would have probably been a no trade day, and I would have saved myself from a loss. Because right now we just been chopping for the past 30 minutes since market open, and if I would have just waited for data highs, I don't even think we've taken data highs. If I would have just waited for data highs, this would have been a break-even trade for sure. Okay. Now let's go back to actually where I get in the trade. Okay. So now skip 9:14. Let me go and skip to 9:30. I don't know why it's okay. Boom, right here 9:30. Boom. So 9:32, right? I'm looking at this 2-minute gap right here. So we're pushing up, and at this moment I thought, okay, we're obviously gonna take, we're gonna take data highs, right? So I keep skipping. Boom, look at this straight, just flip. Look at ES as well, ES flip. So right here, I'm like, this looks very clean to me, right? It looks very clean. Go down to the 1 minute. We two displacing candles in a row, back to back, inversing this gap right here. So I'm like, this looks very clean, right? Very clean. Okay, so I get in right here. You know, a little bit premature. I know I said I was gonna wait for data highs. I never waited, and you know, there's no SMT at the highs, no nothing, right? But this looked clean for me, and it aligned with my bias, and maybe that's why I took a loss on this, because I should have been more patient. Even though these align, we used to had a strong prominent high at data highs, and we could want to go up and take that high. So I went ahead and got in right here. We also made two gaps as well. So I'm like, okay, this is looking pretty good. Now, so what happens is we just completely run these two gaps, and I get stopped right here, stopped. And then my break even was going to be at this swing low, as y'all know, also aligned with that unfilled 15 minute that I said hasn't been tapped yet, right? So that was another indication that I want to go lower. So we ended up stopping me out, had my stop loss above these two gaps, stopped me out, and then we run lower. And this probably would have been a break even trade because it tapped the 15 minute. But yeah, that's pretty much how I lost, right? That's how I lost. Like this is what happened. 2 minute inversion, clean. I had two gaps protecting, and he runs the stops me out, and then it completely reverses and hits my break even. So, I mean, there's nothing I could do about that aspect. But as far as the whole trade itself, I could have avoided this if I would just waited for data highs to get swept, been more patient instead of just trying to rush into getting in the short and try to catch the move. I could have been more patient, waited for data highs, because after this, literally nothing happened. Like, look, we've been chopping ever since, and now we're back at regular live market, and we just been chopping. So this could have been avoided. This is not good PA either. This could have been this loss could have been avoided. I mean, that's all I can say. It should have been avoided. It could have. It should have. If I would just been more patient. But like I said, it is what it is. I'm still up on this week. I only lost 700 on my evals, so I'm I think I still have it here. Yeah, at 700, I'm still at the halfway point, so I can still pass it next week. I'm not too mad about it. I know that this loss, I can make it all back within, one trade plus more. So I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's unfortunate. I can learn from this and then just keep moving. That's it. I'm not going to dwell over it. I'm not going to, be upset about it. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Like I said, losses are part of the game. Nobody has a 100% win rate, and the way these last couple weeks been going, the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks, I don't know how many weeks, I've been really green. I've been doing really well. It's not like I haven't taken any losses, but I knew losses were inevitable. I knew losses are going to come, and I'm just fortunate enough that I'm able to learn from it. And this actually happened on EVA and not on my XFA. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not upset about it. It was a good trade, in my opinion. It could have been avoided, but it was still solid. I'm not mad at it. And yeah, that's the gist of this trade, and that's what I learned from it. But that's pretty much all I got. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you haven't yet, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. And also, make sure y'all go follow me on TikTok at Tone Trades, because I do be more active on there. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. And make sure y'all have a good weekend. I'll see y'all next week.